Welcome back to my channel, guys. I've had quite a few people ask if I could do an updated home tour, and I know I have quite a few new people on my channel who haven't seen a house tour video yet, so I thought I would take this opportunity today to do an updated home tour. So this is a little bit different than the typical fragrance videos that I do, so if this isn't your thing, feel free to click out. But if you're interested in seeing how I have my home set up and organized to keep it minimal and clutter-free, but at the same time still being elegant and chic, then stay tuned. So we'll start off with the kitchen area, which is where I spend the majority of my time. So this is where I make all of my YouTube videos, have my morning coffee. I spend a good deal of time watching videos that interest me, reading, having food, and things like that. So the kitchen is definitely the place where I spend the majority of my day. So this area here is my little coffee nook. It's also where I have breakfast, and it doubles as an office station because I do not have an office in my house at the moment. I did have an office room, but I let my daughter turn it into a classroom for herself because she likes to play teacher. So this is where I'm stuck having my morning coffee and doing all of my computer work. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I used to have a bird of paradise in this corner, and it was a huge, majestic, beautiful plant, but it was becoming way too large. It was actually as tall as I am, and it was starting to overwhelm the kitchen space, and I just felt it had kind of outgrown my house. So I did find it a new home, and I replaced it with this adorable little fiddle leaf fig plant, which is another one of my absolute favorite plants, and I'm hoping I can keep him alive because I have had trouble with fiddle leaf figs in the past. So if you have any tips or tricks for me on how to keep a fiddle leaf fig happy, I would really appreciate if you would let me know down below. The other thing that you might notice that I did was I took the pastel oil painting that I had in the bathroom and put it above the fiddle leaf fig on the wall, just to kind of fill up that wall space so it didn't look quite so empty. So I still like to keep my kitchen countertops very clutter-free and clean. So I only have a few items sitting out. That's how I like it. I don't like when it's very busy or has utensils sitting out or anything like that. So I keep only the bare essentials as well as a couple of decorative items. So on the left, I do have a Keurig coffee maker, which I use every single morning. I also have a candle, which I purchased from HomeSense. And then on the other counter, I have a fruit dish, which I usually keep bananas, avocado, and lemon. And this is going to sound crazy, but I always try to keep the same color of fruit on my fruit dish. I don't like apples and oranges and things sitting out that are going to distract the eye and be a pop of color. I like everything to be very monochromatic and neutral in color. And then beside the sink, I also have a really pretty vase of flowers that I also purchased from Marshalls or HomeSense. So just really quickly, this is an overview of the foyer when you first walk in. So nothing fancy again, I just like to keep it very clean and very free of clutter and only have the essentials out. So moving on to the living room, this is the area I probably spend the second greatest amount of time. And the only thing I've really done here in terms of decor is I sold the area rug that I had underneath the coffee table. It was a 5x7 and it was a little bit too big for this space. And I felt like it was also a magnet for dust and cat hair and dirt and food and everything else. So I just sold it before it got stained or ruined, and I kind of like it like this because it's easier to keep it clean, but I would like to get a smaller, more space appropriate area rug. The other thing that I'm going to add to this room is a painting for above the couch. So the next time I'm in the city, I do plan to visit a Winners or HomeSense or Marshalls and see what I can find for a nice large statement painting to put above the couch. So I don't have a huge living area. Actually, my whole house is quite small, so I don't have a lot of room for a large floor lamp or end tables. So what I like to do is actually take a string of Christmas lights and lay them over the back of the couch. And they actually provide the perfect amount of light and ambiance, especially in the evening in the wintertime when it's cold out. So these work perfectly in place of a floor lamp. On the coffee table, I have a coffee table book, a vase of flowers, which are hydrangeas, which are one of my favorite flowers, as well as a candle that I got from Walmart. And that and the TV remote is pretty much all I ever keep out on the coffee table. If we ever eat here or have coffee or tea or anything, I always like to clean it up right away because I like to keep this area clean and pretty and clutter-free. Moving on to the bathroom, so I did just do an updated bathroom video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'll just kind of give you an overview and talk about a few things that I have in here. So So again, I do like to keep the counter fairly clean and clutter-free, but I have a couple pieces of decor, including this absolutely gorgeous antique tray. Lately, I've been really getting into antique pieces. I love when something looks vintage or a little bit older. I think that it's so classy and so elegant. So on this tray, I hold a little vase of flowers that was really inexpensive, as well as a little tiny bottle of Philosophy perfume, which I don't actually wear, but makes a really nice freshener for my towels and the bathroom in general. I also have this hand lotion, which I recently purchased from Marshall's. You guys would have seen that in a previous video. And I love this hand lotion, you guys. It smells very vintage and very antique. It almost has like a vintage perfume smell to it, like those aldehydes that you would get in a Chanel fragrance. And I just love it. It just feels very luxurious, but very old-fashioned at the same time. The right-hand side of the counter is also pretty clean and basic, but I do have a little crystal container that holds makeup brushes. So I think the makeup brushes dress it up and make it look a little bit fancier and feminine, but they're also very practical because they're something that I use on a daily basis. In the far corner, I also have this little snake plant, which I've shown to you guys before as well. Snake plants are the perfect plant to put in a bathroom where you have lower light because they actually will thrive in a lower light condition. I love plants. I try to have them around where I can, and this was the perfect place to put this little guy. Behind the bathroom door, I do have this chrome shelf, which I've shown to you guys before, but it just holds kind of essential things like toilet paper. It also has a couple of extra crystal containers, a couple of extra hand towels, as well as bath oils and a basket on the top shelf that holds other odds and ends that don't have a good home. This way they're out of sight and it still looks pretty neat and tidy. Moving on to the bedroom, so I have also done an updated bedroom organization tour, so I'm not going to go into too much detail again, but I will show you just a little overview. So starting off with the bed, I get a lot of questions as to where I get my bedding. If you guys are interested in the headboard, the duvet cover set, anything like that, do check out my Amazon storefront. I have every single thing that I can think of linked in the storefront. So something I've always wanted that I'm really thankful to have is a tufted headboard. I love tufted headboards and tufted furniture in general. I think that they are so chic and so elegant. And at first when I got the headboard, I wasn't sure it was going to work with the bedding because it's a little bit on the warmer side, but I actually really like the way the warm tone of the headboard plays with the cooler tones of the bedding. And I think it actually looks very comfortable and very elegant, and I really couldn't be happier with my bed. To the left of my bed, I have a little white nightstand, which has been here forever, and it basically just serves as a place to charge my phone, and it also holds one piece of decor, which is the flowers. Otherwise, I like to keep it very basic and very clean and clutter-free as well. Something else that is new in my bedroom is this over-the-door shoe organizer, which I don't love having there because it does kind of distract the eye a little bit, but it does save a lot of room on my closet floor, and it also makes my shoes very accessible, so I can easily glance over and see what I have and decide which pair of heels or flats I'm going to wear for the day. Coming over to the left, I have my white shelf, which you guys know just holds a couple of my favorite fashion pieces, a couple of pairs of shoes, some coffee table books, as well as some perfumes and some accessories. I don't have a lot of jewelry, but what I do have, I like to keep out on display because with my profession being in healthcare, I don't get to dress up and wear a lot of fancy jewelry a lot, and so the best way for me to enjoy my jewelry is to also have it out on display where I can look at it every single day. If you guys are new to my channel and you're interested in some perfume videos, I also do a lot of those, so definitely head on over to my channel and check those out. Above the shelf, I actually have a homemade piece of Chanel wall art. If you guys are interested in seeing how I make my own designer-inspired wall art, let me know in the comments below and I can definitely do a video dedicated to how to make your place look chic and designer-inspired but on a budget. Coming over to the left of the shelf, we have my dresser, and on top of my dresser, I have a cake tray that holds some of my favorite perfumes. as well as a coffee table book and a candle. I also have some beautiful preserved roses from a company called Rose Forever. I've spoken about Rose Forever roses in another video, but you guys, I absolutely love these flowers so much. They look real because they are real, and they have a very soft, supple texture to them, and they're just incredibly luxurious, and they're the perfect addition to any space. Yeah, I just think they look so pretty sitting with my perfumes, and if you guys are interested in getting these yourself, you can use the link in my description box and get $15 off of your order, so definitely check that out if you're interested. Above my dresser, I have a little white shelf which just holds a really pretty bottle of perfume, as well as some coffee beans and another piece of homemade DIY designer wall art. Along with my coffee beans and my wall art, I also have some fairy lights, and I really like using fairy lights because they're very inexpensive, but they also add a little bit of something to any room. They're nice for ambiance and also providing just a tiny bit of light. They just look very pretty and very whimsical. So that's pretty much it for this updated home tour, you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed. Again, if there's anything in this video that you saw that you're interested in, I will try to have everything linked in my Amazon storefront. Head on over and follow me on Instagram as well if you haven't already. I do share a lot of things on there that I don't on YouTube, such as a little bit more of my personal life, outfits of the day, home decor, and lots more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.